I would hope so, just the indiscriminate nature of this. And by the way, I take it back to no one. You want to coordinate, Donald Trump, you want a partner, you've got a partner. You want to coordinate with violent criminals? I'm happy to partner with you. I've got the receipts. No other governor could lay claim to over 11,000. 11,000 individuals we've coordinated with ICE since I've become governor of the state of California. Violent criminals. This is not about violent criminals. Quite the contrary. So as it relates to the random nature, this indiscriminate nature, I hope the judge begins to rationalize that, the sort of racialization of these enforcements. I mean, Holman himself, talk about a tough guy. Holman himself, just talk about a self-inflicted wound. He said, yeah, on the basis we can do whatever we want, on the basis of how you look. Some cases, what car you're driving. So that was a pretty obvious decision, the lower court. But what's no longer obvious is what happens at the appellate and obviously the Supreme Court. But I'm hoping it will rationalize some of this. And at peril, again, you're going to see this in other cities. And I worry about people's lives. I'm telling you, we're on the verge. This is serious. If someone just randomly, if I'm walking down the street with my kids and someone grabs me with a mask on and tries to throw me in an unmarked van, and I am looking at my kids, I'm surprised someone hasn't gotten hurt. Someone is going to get hurt. So the best thing that happened to this administration may be that they have to come to realization of what they're doing and change their tactics, even if they're not compelled to do so at the appellate level. I pray that's the case. I'm not going there. And look, that gets hyperbolic. Yeah, I worry about that. And you got someone who dropped 30 feet because they were scared to death and lost their lives. Farm worker. Yeah, I met that 16-year-old kid. His mom and dad were disappeared after 20 years going to the same workplace, dragged out of their cars. I met an 86-year-old woman who, by the way, coincidentally, in 1986, was able to get her citizenship. Yeah. And she said she literally had PTS. She was expressing and she was shaking. As she was sitting there in a coffee shop, she said, when I heard the helicopters, it reminded me when I was a kid. And we used to learn how to hide in the baskets in the fields. She said that's what it felt like again. Despite Donald Trump saying we're not going after workplaces, we're not going after nonviolent folks that are essential to our economic well-being. We're not going after farm workers. We're not going after folks in the hospitality and leisure industry.
Last question.